ex, baby. Roll it up and blaze it. My bitch off a person trying to fuck.
Yo, what's going on guys, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. In this video we're going to be doing the first part on how to edit like Neeqs, and specifically how to do this insane sort of newspaper build up that has been shown in one of his edits before. It's very easy and simple to do. Just follow along with the video, make sure you watch the whole thing so you don't miss out on any vital steps. And just before we get into it, if you can just drop a like and subscribe to the channel with post notifications on, that'd be highly appreciated and really does help out a lot more than you think. Okay, so firstly you want to make sure you start this off in a project file that is 60 fps. So we're going to go ahead and change this to 59 fps. Now in order to edit like Neeqs, you really do have to be editing in 24 fps. However, when we're doing the first part of syncing with Twixtor looks really bad in 24 fps on Vegas, so we're going to go ahead and do that on 60 fps. Then once you've gone ahead and done that, we're going to render it out and then put it back onto 24 fps. So make sure you start on 60 fps, hit apply and OK. Then if your clip has stretch resolution, go to the pan and crop tool, go to main take aspect ratio and hit no. Now, if you can't be bothered to sync and do all the rotoscoping, I'm going to leave the example that I've used here in the Google Drive below. So you can go ahead and skip to the timestamps that are shown on screen, and you can go ahead and find out how to do the rest of the stuff. But if you don't want to, do this syncing yourself and the rotoscoping and cutting out the skin, I've already done that for you, so you can go ahead and get that in the Google Drive below. However, if you do want to know, I'm going to really quickly run through how to do it because it's super easy and it's going to help you take your editing to the next level because you're going to understand the actual concept. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and apply Twixtor Pro. So you want to go ahead and drag and drop that onto your clip like so. Then you want to go ahead and keyframe the speed, so you want to press the animate button, and we're going to go ahead and go 20 frames in. Now you can use this down here as a reference, so we're going to go to the 20th frame here. We're going to put this to 50%. Then we're going to change this keyframe by right clicking on it and changing it to a slow fade. Then we're going to go ahead and go to the 35th frame, and we're going to go ahead and put this to 25. And then we're going to go ahead and also move down to the 43rd frame and then keyframe this again. Now change this one to a slow fade, change this one to a fast fade. Now we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames in, then put this up to 300%. And then we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3 frames and put this down to 25%. Then change this one right here to a slow fade. And as you can see, you're going to have your nice velocity right there. Now if the frames start glitching around, you can go ahead and change the background motion sensitivity, and if you don't like this sort of warping, you can mess with that value as well to try and remove it, but I think leaving it on 70 is fine. It's very unnoticeable, and yeah, that's basically how to do your syncing. Okay, so now we're going to sync it to the song, so go ahead and drag and drop your song in, and we're going to go ahead and go where the damage pops up first, which is right here. Create a marker, then we're just going to go ahead and drag our song across onto this point, and then you can go ahead and remove the rest before the start of the kill or start the clip. And then you want to go to where the second beat drop is after the main kill, because that's where we're going to add the transition. So just go ahead and press a marker there so you know where that is. And now this is where you choose where you want to render this Twixtor clip out to add into After Effects. If you want this to be a slow gradual build up, then you can go ahead and do it from where you started the Twixtor, so where you split the clip. However, in this case with this song, I think it fits really well on this subtle beat drop to just transition the build up here. So that's where I'm going to render from. So you want to go ahead and create a marker where that subtle beat drop is. Then you can go ahead and render it in. Okay, so now that you're in After Effects, you want to go ahead and start off by creating a new composition right here. And then you want to go ahead and make sure that's on 60 fps. To check, you can right click over the composition, go to the composition settings and make sure that's on 59.94 fps. Then you want to go ahead and drag and drop your rendered out clip, which is with the Twixtor, and you want to go ahead and find where the kill happens, right here, just where the blue starts to pop up. Hold Control, Shift and D to split the clip. And then this section here is where we're going to rotoscope out the skin, and then on the right side is where we're not going to. If you can't be bothered to do this yourself, again, this exact clip, this exact example is linked in the Google Drive below, so you can go ahead and use that if you want. I'm going to show you how to rotoscope. I'm just going to use this frame here because it's going to be easy and quick to do, but what you would do is you'd start from the first frame and then render each individual frame to here. It seems like a long process, but a lot of the time it automatically detects the edges for you, so you don't really have to do that much. But yeah, you want to select this tool, double click on your layer, you'll get this green sort of brush, then you just want to kind of stroke around that sort of area, and this is a quick example. As you can see, it will cut around. Then you want to hold Alt, and that will give the -1, so you can delete areas that you don't want to be rotoscoped out. And if you do want it to be rotoscoped, you want it on the green one. So for example, if I just keep going on the skin and see this area here, I don't want this to be rotoscoped, so I hold Alt and I delete it until you get that nice edge around the skin. Now it doesn't have to be perfectly accurate, but as accurate as you can possibly get. is best. So I'm just going to quickly do this one singular frame. I'm going to do it very inaccurately, but I would have assumed that you've done this, you know, accurately enough. And yeah, now once you've rotoscoped all of this out, you can go ahead and go onto the roto brush and refine edge effect, and make sure that you click invert foreground and background. So that's going to make sure that everything is included but the skin. And then now you can go ahead and apply the next thing, which is going to be in the Google Drive as well, the newspaper footage. Go ahead and drag and drop that below. Then you want to find a sort of area in the video that you think looks nice. Now there's a bit of a long intro of the video, but as you can see right there, we start to have the newspaper. So just find an area that you think looks good. So right here, we're on full, so it takes a bit of time to render or pre-render. But yeah, as you can see, there's your rotoscope nicely and your newspaper. Now you just want to make it a bit bigger, drag down so it fills the whole skin. And if you're on quarter and it looks like your rotoscope's inaccurate, don't worry, it is still accurate. It hasn't ruined it all for you. It's just a glitch that happens when you're in the quarter mode, but it will make your After Effects run faster. Then you can go ahead and split the clip here, delete. Then you want to go ahead and go to the presets. Go ahead and add the After Effects preset that is in the Google Drive below. And let me just find this. Tarot edge paper. Go ahead and add this on the newspaper layer, and that's going to apply that there. And then we're going to go ahead and search up for drop shadow and get s_drop shadow. Add this onto the middle layer here, and then make sure that you put the shift X to 0 and the shift Y to 0 as well. Then increase the shadow blur quite a bit to about 50. And as you can see, that's going to have your nice effect on right there, just like so. Now this part here doesn't have the rotoscope because I didn't rotoscope in each individual layer, by the way, but you would have done that already. And then from here, you can basically go ahead and drag this down and render this all out. So you want to go here to export, add to render queue, then go to the output module lossless, put this to RGB and alpha, hit OK. And then you just want to go ahead and click render, and then we can go back into Sony Vegas Pro. Okay, so now you're back in Vegas. One thing that you need to make sure you do is make sure that you go on the project settings and put this to 24 FPS. I probably should have mentioned this a little bit earlier, but don't worry. Now you want to go ahead and delete the clip that had the Twixtor on it. So this one here, delete that, and then you can go ahead and drag and drop in your rendered version of this exact clip right here. Now sometimes it won't be synced perfectly because we just switched from 24 FPS. So all you're going to have to go ahead and do is move a few frames across and resync this perfectly like so. In some cases it will be better than others. Obviously in my case right here it wasn't the best, but there's no real big issue there at all, it's fine. Then you can go ahead and add your clip in. So go ahead and import the one from After Effects and put this above that one, and you can delete the audio. Now I've already applied the color correction on the top layer. If you'd like this exact color correction, go ahead and check out my editing pack, link in description. I'm sorry, it's too good to give away for free. I'm really sorry. I wanted to, but I can't do it. It's so cheap. My pack has got all my project files, so it'll be worth it anyways. And as you can see, we've got our nice effects. Go ahead and split here, and also split here on the beat drop, because that's where we're going to add our impact. I will show you the effects that are on the color correction, so if you want to recreate it, you can try and do so. And then we're going to go ahead and apply the impact, which is also some of the Vegas presets that are included in the description. After applying the impact effect, what we're going to go ahead and do is split the clip. So if you wanted it to fade in, what you can go ahead and do is just fade in the top layer like so, and that will slowly fade in the cartoon effect. Now if you wanted to have it come up from a beat drop, just split the clip over there. Or if you only rendered out this much, then you just need to add it in like so. And then you can go ahead and apply any beat shake of your choice. I'm going to add mine from my own pack. I'm sorry, but everyone does have a beat shake nowadays, so it doesn't matter too much. I'm just going to go ahead and apply mine from my 24 FPS section. And once I've applied that, you're going to have the very nice effect like so. And what you want to go ahead and do after you've applied your beat shake is you want to just go ahead and search up blur mode curves, add this on. Now from the start, you want to go ahead and have the Z list at 0.89, hit enter. On the rotate, you want to have this to -4.5. Then you want to go ahead and keyframe the Z list, go to the end, and then just put this to 0.87. Go ahead and make this a smooth as well. And yeah, that right there is going to add a nice bit of movement just before the kill, and bang, everything is perfect. Now just a few things, if you want to do want to make this look a bit better, is at the start of your clip right here, you can go ahead and find an area where you want to put your ident, split the clip, go ahead and apply that same beat shape that you used for this part here, whichever one it is, whoever's beat shape it is, if it's yours, if it's from a different editing pack, just go ahead and apply it. And then right here before, so what Neeqs usually does is he has his ident or his logo or whatever, and then you can go ahead and add film damage. Go to the default version and lower everything but the vignette. Now if s_vignette is like really laggy or it causes render issues, so I just use this one. Have it on like 0.7, and then as you can see it will go into a nice little beat shake like so. You can also lower the hue and saturation, or just lower the saturation, sorry, just so it adds a bit of contrast between here, and then all the color comes in like so. Then you can go ahead and add your sound effects of choice, and yeah, that's basically the whole video there. Thanks guys for watching. I really hope you did get a hang of this effect. It's pretty easy to do, very simple, and looks super nice. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel with post notifications on. I really do appreciate it. It helps me out so much more than you think. Also, if you want to check out my paid editing package, it's linked in the description. I cannot recommend it anymore. Loads more effects just like this, all my project files, you know the drill, it's got everything. And finally, if you want to support me even further, you can use code TAROT in the Fortnite item shop. Thanks guys for watching. If you want any more tutorials, drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one, boys. Peace.
Keep me on the block, baby, what keep me on the block, baby, bitch, 32 shot, Glock, baby, with 32 shot, Glock, baby.